Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the latest transfer news when it comes to the Premier League. And you know what today's date is, you know what's going to be happening across the whole of summer. It is today when the transfer window finally opens so teams can actually make some signings. We know some teams were very early with their business, with Tottenham, with Perisic, and we know Manchester City already signed Erling Haaland, one of the best forwards in the world. So let's see what other teams can follow footstep. Do you think other teams at Manchester United will be successful in their rebuilding job, offloading players like Pogba? Do you think Liverpool can add to their team so they can compete with Manchester City next year for the Premier League? Let's see what's going to happen. But in this video, I'm just going to be talking about the latest drama, the latest gossip, and the latest transfer window news. If you guys like this video or want to see more, I'm going to probably do it every week to see what's going on in the world when it comes to transfer gossip. But before in this video, you know what I'm going to say. Make sure you guys like, comment, and hit that big subscribe button right there, because only 10% of you guys are actually subscribed. And let me know your own opinions. Which players should go to what club in this summer transfers window? So the first player I'm going to be talking about, and it's pretty much breaking news, that Paul Pogba is finally leaving Manchester United this summer on a free. Even the most loyal, the most optimistic Paul Pogba fan will let you know that it just didn't work out ever since he joined Manchester United for a record fee in 2016 for £90 million. Whether it's expectations, whether it's formation, whether it's the right manager, we just know Paul Pogba has not lived up to the expectations, not lived up to the noise, not lived up to what we really thought he was going to be, being one of the best players in the Premier League. I just feel like for both parties, this was the right move, it was the right decision, because it just wasn't going anywhere. One minute you're thinking he's playing well, he's going to excel, we finally found his right position, he's getting real joy and success, getting goals and assists. Next minute you're saying he doesn't work hard enough, he doesn't have the work ethic, we don't know his best position, he needs an N'Golo Kante. It was just too much of a frenzy, and I just felt like finally he needed to leave the club, because no matter how long we gave him, he was never going to live up to the guy which we thought he was going to be back in 2016. Even in this year, he had a below average season, although he racked up 8 assists in the Premier League, but we know 7 of these assists came in the first 3 games. Other than that, he only racked up 1 assist in 34, 33 Premier League games. That's not up to scratch. That's pretty much perfect of his standards. Even in terms of the toxic attitude, the toxic culture, I'm not going to give Paul Pogba the full credit and the blame, because we know the Glazers and even the managers wasn't the right appointments, but I just feel like he is responsible for the toxic culture when it comes to Manchester United, of players who are not working hard, players who are inconsistent, and players who are looking to get the manager out. We saw it under Mourinho, even under Rangnick. He wasn't really a favourite of him. He doesn't really work hard when he did play. So honestly, Manchester United fans will be happy, thinking that the grass will be green on the other side, potentially signing a talented player like De Jong, but I'm going to speak about that later on in my video. In terms of the manager, Ten Hag, I felt like he had a massive role to play in this, because obviously he is the manager, and second of all, we know when it comes to systems, he does not fit the mold of what Ten Hag needs in his prototypical player. We know Pogba doesn't have the work ethic, he doesn't have the attitude when it comes to working hard, box-to-box sort of player, and we know Ten Hag loves to press from the front. So how is Paul Pogba going to fit in a style of play when we know he's not accustomed to it, and he doesn't really have the right desire and attitude? We know his recovery speed when it comes to losing the ball isn't great, and Ten Hag is going to get very frustrated and angry on the touchline if you saw Paul Pogba do this on a consistent basis. Also, Paul Pogba, obviously being a World Cup winner, one of the world's greatest talents right now as we speak in football, we know he has a massive ego, and for Ten Hag, I feel like this would have been such a massive task to change Paul Pogba's attitude when it comes to the game of football, because we know he's played a certain way and it's given him so much success. So in his head, he's probably thinking, why should I change this? So that's why I just feel like it was the right decision for Manchester United to finally let Paul Pogba go. Let Manchester United go their own way, bring players who are going to fit their mold, their new style of football with pressing football. So let's see what Manchester United will do in the summer when it comes to this transfer window. I feel like Juventus is the only real club which will be interested in Paul Pogba. We know he's had great success in Italy in the past when he was playing for them. He was one of their best players, led them to a Champions League final, won many Italian trophies there. And we know Paul Pogba is a very talented player who can show off his world-class nature when the game is slow. He has a lot of time on the ball to try break teams down. He's physical, he's powerful, he's strong, and he's going to be too overwhelming for players in the Italian league to deal with. We saw this, and maybe Paul Pogba, we know, didn't live up to expectations in the Premier League, but I just feel like maybe it was just the league The talent league is way more suited to a player like him. So the next player I'm going to be talking about is Sadio Mane's surprise move potentially to Bayern Munich. We know Liverpool want to sell him for around £42 million. However, Bayern Munich desperately want to sign him for around £25 million. So they're far off when it comes to an agreement for this transfer. However, since Lewandowski does want to leave and join Barcelona, we know Bayern Munich will have the funds to reach Liverpool's desired transfer sum when it comes to Sadio Mane. And we know Bayern Munich will be desperate to sign Sadio Mane because they're going to be missing one of the best strikers in the world, Lewandowski, who's going to leave. So pretty much Bayern Munich will have no choice but to reach Liverpool's asking price of Sadio Mane when it comes to this summer. Also, we've heard rumours that they want more competition when it comes to Sane and Gnabry, and we know Sadio Mane is the perfect fit, the perfect mould, one of the best players in the world. So why wouldn't Bayern Munich try to reach this fee? We know the reasons why Sadio Mane wants to leave Liverpool. He said that he wants a new challenge, he wants a fresh start because he's pretty much won every single trophy up for grabs for Liverpool FC, and he's pretty much looking for a new challenge. And these days we really shouldn't be surprised in the world of football. We know players aren't really one club men anymore, and I know Sadio Mane did play for Southampton and other teams before that, but he made his name at Liverpool and became a legend. And we've seen players in the past want to leave and go for new challenges like Thiago Silva, Cavani, even Lewandowski is looking for a new challenge. So players always are looking for the next move, always thinking about the next club they want to go to, and players never really see out where they became legends. And since I'm a Liverpool fan, as you can spot by my shirt, there's two ways to look at this. The first way to look at this is good piece of business for Liverpool. This is because Sadio Mane is 29, and even if we do try to extend him to a 3 or 4 year deal, we know on the back end, the backside of that deal, we are going to be looking like a laughing stock because he's going to be in obvious decline and he isn't going to be the player he once was, and we're going to have that on our financial books trying to move him on, and that's going to be very difficult. We have seen other owners and other teams have this exact same problem in Manchester United and Arsenal trying to move massive contracts with players in clear decline, and Liverpool do not want to deal with something like this. Also, even if it is impossible for Liverpool to try and reach a deal in terms of a contract with Sadio Mane, we know it's much more better to get money for him right now when he is one of the best players in the world for £42 million rather than letting him walk for free next summer where we're going to be left empty-handed. So Liverpool are financially inclined to let Sadio Mane go because obviously they're going to be making money from this deal. Also, we know we have other young rising stars, rising talents coming into the squad, and even established players who are not getting that much game time because of Sadio Mane. So if Sadio Mane does go this summer, we're going to see players like Jota really excel because he's going to be starting on a consistent basis, and we know he's good enough to start for Liverpool FC because he's carried us in instances, in moments, in long periods of seasons when players like Salah and Mane disappeared off to the African Cup of Nations. So Jota is really going to help his growth if he is going to be the Liverpool's main man, as in the striker. If Sadio Mane leaves this summer, if Sadio Mane does start, Jota is going to be a bit part player like he was at the tail end of last season, and this is really going to stagnate his growth as a footballer. However, I do not subscribe to this trail of thought as a Liverpool fan. This is because I think Sadio Mane is so pivotal to our team. Even if you're a fan and you think Mohamed Salah is Liverpool's best player, I'm not really going to argue with you on that. However, it's unquestionable. It is not even up for discussion that Sadio Mane is Liverpool's most important player and he must stay. This is because of his versatility. He can play anywhere across the front three, unlike of the other forwards we have at our disposal. If Salah is out injured for a period of time, we know Sadio Mane can slot in like a glove on that right hand side like he was earlier on in his Liverpool career, playing down that right wing, causing defenders trouble. We know Jota struggled to play on that right hand side and Diaz, so Sadio Mane can show his versatility playing there. And we even know on the left hand side and the striker position, he's one of the world's best players and we have seen him deliver time and time again. So if he goes, we're not going to have a versatile player who's going to play in different positions and literally fit in like he's played there his whole life. Also, I don't really need to talk about this because people who watch football understand that Sadio Mane is unselfish, he's very talented, he's a world-class player who offers us so much in the final third. He can either hold up the ball, he's really improved that, really matured in terms of his physical presence, making sure that defenders can't get a little jab at the ball and poke it away. And we know he's improved his link-up play like his Roberto Firmino, and we know he can run in behind and cause havoc to defenders like his Diogo Jota. So all around, Sadio Mane is the most complete Liverpool player and he offers us so much which is going to be so hard for Liverpool to replace. However, there's also other reasons Liverpool need strength and depth if they want to go again and compete with Manchester City for 4 major trophies next season. And if Sadio Mane is not going to be there, all it takes is one injury to our front four, Firmino, Salah, Diaz and Jota, for us to be panicking and thinking, if we get another injury, we are not going to have a player filling the void of our other players because they're not obviously of that world-class stature. So Sadio Mane, he needs to stay this season if we want to compete for major trophies yet again on all 4 fronts. So the next player I'm going to be talking about is Frankie De Jong, and apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United have made direct contact with Barcelona to try agree a fee in terms of signing the player. We know Frankie De Jong is valued at 85 million euros by Barcelona, so let's see if Manchester United will try and reach that transfer fee. However, we do know Xavi is hesitant to let him go because he sees him as a long-term player to be one of the key cogs in his project at Barcelona. However, the board don't really care and they say, look, if Manchester United reach this fee, we will let him go. However, we know Frankie De Jong has a little bit of disdain by this deal because he's thinking like, listen, I want to play Champions League football. I do not want to leave Barcelona. He believes in Xavi's long-term vision of Barcelona. So why would he leave that to go join an absolute mess in Manchester where we know players like Pogba's leaving and there's going to be a massive overhaul at the club. And we don't even know if Manchester United are going to reach the heights which they once were under Alex Ferguson because so many managers failed. So why would Frankie De Jong do this to himself? He's very smart, thinking, look, I don't want to leave Barcelona, but if Manchester United somehow reach this deal, wow, what a deal. He's going to be an excellent player to fit Ten Hag's new system at the club. This is because obviously we know the working relationship Ten Hag already has with De Jong. They had so much success at Ajax, reaching the semi-finals of the Champions League and also winning league divisions in the Netherlands. Frankie De Jong is very familiar with the style of play Ten Hag wants to play in terms of the pressing style, getting on the ball, making things happen, breaking the lines, and we know he's versatile in terms of playing the number 6 role in a deeper role, which Manchester United have literally designed for the last 10 to 12 years. The last time we can look at a consistent performer in that role is someone like Michael Carrick or even a Paul Scholes. Manchester United have not had a midfielder of that caliber who can actually pass the ball in the midfield. So if Frankie De Jong does sign for Manchester United, it's going to fill one of the massive problems which they have had at the club for years. Frankie De Jong obviously can play the number 8 role as well, so he has good versatility in that aspect, and we know he can get up and down the pitch, obviously played in the Ten Hag system once before, and that's going to be needed as well to deal with the demands, the intensity and the physicality of the Premier League. So on that aspect, Frankie De Jong takes Manchester United all around and he does seem like the perfect player to sign. However, I feel like there is going to be some negatives, nothing to do with Frankie De Jong the player, but just the way he's going to be perceived by fans and even the media, because we've seen it before with players like Lukaku, Di Maria, Paul Pogba. They're literally assigned as the Messiah, the Saviour, the one who's going to bring back the glory days for Manchester United ever since Alex Ferguson left, and that sort of pressure will mount on Frankie De Jong and may hinder his performances. These sort of expectations is nothing a player wants on their shoulders because it's just too much to deal with on the pitch. So Manchester United fans need to calm down, and the media, let him play his game, and obviously it will pay dividends. He should just be seen as the first piece to Manchester United's long-term project. So let's see what's going to happen. I don't think he will move because of Champions League football and his desire to play under Xavi, one of the best midfielders who's ever graced the game. And yeah, I don't think it will happen. If Manchester United do this, it's going to be a coup and it's going to be great for the Premier League to sign him.